working to connect a region of over 600 million bridges between our lands.
Hello and welcome to ASEAN in Focus, delivering to you the latest news in and around the ASEAN region. I'm Maricar Velasco and here are headlines. Chinese leader Xi Jinping left the Philippines on Wednesday, November 21, ending his two-day state visit in the country. An Australian woman held in Indonesian prisons for 13 years for being part of the Bali 9 drug smuggling gang returned home Thursday, facing more possible jail time for alleged crimes committed before her overseas ordeal. Veteran trainer Freddie Roach has agreed to reunite with Manny Pacquiao for the Filipino fighter's bout with Adrian Broner in January. Sorry. Chinese leader Xi Jinping left the country on Wednesday, November 21, ending his two-day state visit in the country. Xi departed from the Ninoy Aquino International Airport Terminal 1 past 1 p.m. During his stay, President Xi led a wreath-laying ceremony at the Rizal Monuments in Luneta on Tuesday afternoon, just hours after he landed in Manila. President Xi and President Duterte witnessed the signing of 29 agreements that included a memorandum of understanding on oil and gas exploration. President Xi also met with legislators to strengthen what authorities describe as parliamentary cooperation. He was the first Chinese leader to embark on a state visit in the country after Hu Jintao, who did the same in 2005 under the administration of then-President Gloria Macapagal-Arroyo. Before leaving the country, the Chinese leader met with House Speaker Gloria Arroyo. Arroyo cited the importance of further deepening ties between the Philippines and China. Arroyo made the remark during a bilateral meeting of congressional leaders with Chinese President Xi Jinping at the Shangri-La at the 4th Manila and Bonifacio Global City, Taguig City.
The relationship between China and the Philippines is very important for our countries. One reason is geography. Good relations between neighbors is always priority. A second reason is that China is increasingly involved not only in bilateral dealings but collectively, such as through ASEAN. A third reason is that China's economy is the most dynamic among the major nations. A fourth factor is that domestically, the Philippines has a vibrant Filipino-Chinese community for whom increased business dealings with China is very natural. And fifth, infrastructure will be very important for the Philippines in the coming years, and there is no country in the world that matches China's recent track record and capability in this area.
President Rodrigo Duterte has accepted Chinese President Xi Jinping's invitation for him to visit China in April 2019. According to a joint statement issued by the Philippines and China after Xi's two-state visit, the invitation was specifically for President Duterte to attend the Second Belt and Road Forum for International Cooperation to be held in Beijing. President Duterte attended the First Belt and Road Forum last year. According to the statement, President Xi Jinping appreciated the warm and friendly hospitality accorded to him and his delegation by President Duterte and the Philippine government. Based on the statement, both sides also agree that the milestone visit of President Xi Jinping has contributed to the advancement of friendship and cooperation between China and the Philippines. Chinese steel manufacturer Panhua Group Company Limited formally signed a memorandum of understanding with the Department of Trade and Industry, the Philippine Economic Zone Authority, and the FIVIDEC Industrial Authority for its $3.5 billion investments in the Philippines, which includes the establishment of an integrated steel mill.
exchange of
The
programs.
MOU was signed on Tuesday while Chinese President Xi Jinping is in Manila on a state visit. The signing of this MOU is a testament to the strengthened relations between Philippines and China, a completely private undertaking. Panhua is set to accomplish President Rodrigo Duterte's vision of growing the integrated iron and steel industry so it can cater to the growing domestic and external market demand. This according to DTI Secretary Ramon Lopez. Panhua reportedly scouted for a suitable location for its steel mill before settling for a 305-hectare area in the Fividec Industrial Estate located within the Misamis Oriental Special Economic Zone. According to the DTI, Panhua's investment plan involves an integrated steel manufacturing plant with a capacity of 10 million metric tons, downstream industries, an industrial park, and a port. This will come in 3 phases, which is expected to be completed in 6 to 7 years and is projected to create 50,000 jobs in the country. Southeast Asian nations may soon have to choose sides between the U.S. and China in their ongoing trade war, the political heir to Cambodia's strongman ruler Hun Sen warned Wednesday in rare public comments. Impoverished Cambodia has become an unlikely staging ground for geopolitical influence in Asia. In recent years, it has turned into a key China ally, heading off criticism of the superpower over its claims to disputed seas in exchange for billions of dollars in investment and loans. While China has cozied up to Cambodia, the United States and the European Union have admonished Hun Sen, the nation's ruler for 33 years, for his increasingly authoritarian rule. In a rare speech outside of his country, his son, Hun Mani, warned the U.S.-China trade spat may create lasting divisions in the Association of Southeast Asian Nations. Perhaps one day ASEAN would have to choose between U.S. or China, this according to Hun Mani in Bangkok. The economic ripples of the trade spat between China and the U.S. could destabilize global supply chain links in Southeast Asia, while a slump in Chinese spending would impact its trading partners. Cambodia's strongman Hun Sen has welcomed Chinese investment to pump prime his country's economy. At the same time, he has accused the U.S. of trying to foment revolution in Cambodia by supporting his critics. Both the U.S. and EU decried the July elections, which were held without a credible opposition and gave Hun Sen another term in power. When asked which of the superpowers Cambodia would side with, the Australian-educated Hun Mani demurred. He said it depends on those who are involved to take a more responsible approach for their decisions that affects the entire world.
Ang kahulugan ng tagumpay para kay Ray PJ Abellana?
Ito yung magbibigay ng pakiramdam sa iyo na isang masaya at masarap na pakiramdam. Kung saan ka naging successful, nakapag-accomplish ka ng maganda, ng mabuti, na ikaw natutuwa at kinapapasalamat na ibang tao, yan po ang feeling nun. Yung good feeling na ibibigay sa iyo ng success, mga bagay na successful.
So kapag ka ikaw ay nakakapagbigay ng kasiyahan sa ibang tao, successful ka?
Yes.
Very well said.
Ito po si Ray PJ Abellana. Abangan po ninyo ako ngayong Sabado sa RYTS Rule Yourself to Success. Dito lang sa Net 25.
Isigaw na, ng tinapay,
Welcome back. An Australian woman held in Indonesian prisons for 13 years for being part of the Bali 9 drug smuggling gang returned home Thursday, facing more possible jail time for alleged crimes committed before her overseas ordeal. Renee Lawrence arrived in Brisbane shortly after dawn and then flew on to her hometown of Newcastle in New South Wales State. She is the only member of the group to find freedom. Lawrence was met by a large crowd of reporters, photographers, and TV cameras at both Brisbane and Newcastle airports, but ignored their questions. She ran from the Newcastle terminal and jumped into a waiting vehicle to escape the media swarm and was driven off. Police want to question Lawrence about outstanding arrest warrants dating from before her ill-fated departure for Bali in 2005, but did not prevent her from leaving the airport with family members. Australian media reports said Lawrence faces 2 outstanding charges relating to a high-speed chase involving a stolen vehicle. It was unclear if Newcastle police would pursue the charges, but Federal Home Affairs Minister Peter Dutton argued that she should not be given credit for her time in Indonesia's prison.
Telah melaksanakan pembebasan seorang warga binaan warga negara asing atas nama Renee Lawrence, jenis kelamin perempuan, tempat tanggal lahir Newcastle 11 Oktober 1977, kebangsaan Australia.
A Thai government official on Wednesday defended a sweeping cybersecurity bill which experts have decried for allowing the wholesale seizure of private computers and property, saying that every country has a need to protect itself. The proposed bill has drawn widespread criticism for authorizing a newly created committee to access and seize computers and hard drives of individuals and private companies without a court order in cases of reasonable suspicion and emergency. The bill would need to be sent to the National Assembly by the end of the year in order to fly through its rubber stamp parliament before the term expires ahead of Thailand's long-anticipated elections early next year. If passed under his watch, junta leader Prayut Chan-o-cha would lead the committee. The bill is currently being finalized, said Pichet Durong Kaveroj, Minister of Digital Economy and Society, also on the committee, who defended it Wednesday. Pichet said every country has a need to set a legal system whereby they can protect their society because every sector is now using some kind of computer. There is a certain risk each sector will face when there is a cyber attack. He attempted to assuage fears of overreach by saying a court order would be needed to seize a private computer except in cases of emergency, adding that non-profits, academics, and foreign businesses have also been invited to voice their concerns. 10 branches of BPI Direct Banco nationwide will start accepting unfit currencies starting December 3, 2018 as part of the bank's partnership with the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas to jointly promote coins recirculation and the Clean Notes program. These are its branches in Cubao, Quezon City, Balanga, Bataan, Dagupan, Pangasinan, Legazpi, Albay, Calapan, Mindoro, Puerto Princesa, Palawan, Dumaguete, Negros Oriental, Rojas City, Capiz, Valencia, Bukidnon, and Digos, Davao del Sur branches. Under this program, both the BPI Banco account holders and non-account holders can exchange with the bank their BSP-issued coins and paper bills that are already unfit for transactions, or those that have been torn, drenched, crumpled, or that have writings and spilled substances over the original prints. Rod Mabiasen, Banco Microenterprise Loans head, said they decided to introduce this program since they are regularly in touch with the people who normally use the actual currencies. He is referring to owners of micro and small businesses who are the target market of the Ayala-led Bank of the Philippine Island, or BPI subsidiary. Mabiasen said the amount of the incentives should not exceed 10% of the amount of money to be swapped. BPI Banco is initially allocating 50,000 pesos for each of the 10 banks for the currency exchange program, and Mabiasen said they will increase the amount as needed.
inflation rate. Gaano ito makaka-epekto sa ating mga kabataan? Kaganda na po lahat naman po para po sa Victoria University Medical Broadcasting Corporation. Ngayong Sabado, alas 8:30 ng gabi, dito lamang po sa Tol ng Bayan, F25.
Tolentino, tol, 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 Tolentino.
At least, may bago na naman. Talaga naman, yun yung inspiration na from everywhere. Eh, yung K-pop na yung masigas. Ito naman na yan.
Na-idol din ba kayong mga Pinoy bukod sa mga Pinoy?
Huwag na natin sabihin natin, inspired by K-pop, but
Hi, I'm Madeline. And I'm Samantha. And we're the Callion Twins. Please watch Digital Nest on Net 25 every Tuesday and Thursday at 7:30 p.m. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is Digital Nest EBC. Callion Twins signing off.
Welcome back. Veteran trainer Freddie Roach has agreed to reunite with Manny Pacquiao for the Filipino fighter's bout with Adrian Broner in January. It was reported on Wednesday. A Sports Illustrated report citing a text message from Roach said he had agreed to work with Pacquiao again following late-night talks with the fighter on Tuesday. Roach and Pacquiao split abruptly after a 16-year partnership following the Filipinos' defeat to Jeff Horn in 2017. Roach was reported to have been upset by his dismissal and was caught by surprise when Pacquiao announced on Monday that he planned to rehire the trainer for his January 19 fight in Las Vegas against Broner. At that point, the two had apparently not talked since 2017. Speaking at a media roundtable in Los Angeles on Tuesday, Pacquiao said he hoped Roach would work in a supervisory capacity with longtime associate Buboy Fernandez taking the lead role in training. Pacquiao said he doesn't have any problem with Freddie Roach and he thinks the other work in training should be assigned or designated to Buboy. And that is the latest news in the Southeast Asian nations. Stay updated about the ASEAN region. I'm Maricar Velasco and I am one with 25.